Hi, Jesse.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's settle in. So just begin to find where you want to begin your practice. It can be seated, it can be lying down, but just find a place to get still for a minute or two to allow your body to settle. To land in stillness as you begin your practice. And as your body settles into stillness, maybe just start with a gentle body scan. And just begin to notice what it feels like in your body as you show up for your practice. Soften the muscles in your face, your eyes, your jaw. And finding space between the bottom and the top sets of teeth. And just begin to drop in. Bring your attention to your breath. And start to cultivate a nice, slow, even breath. Allow the breath to be soothing. And allow the breath to anchor you. So the breath is a tool to keep you present, to bring you back. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Imagine as you inhale that you're filling up the trunk of your body. So as you inhale, maybe even say the words to yourself: belly, ribs, chest, filling up. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So that your torso is like an empty vessel. And you're filling it up with breath as you inhale. And you're allowing it to empty out as you exhale. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. 3 more cycles of breath on your own. After you've completed those 3 cycles of breath, begin to bring just a little bit of movement into your body. So allowing it to be intuitive. Just gently, maybe moving your head or your neck or your spine. And as you start to make these movements, notice the sensations that arise. See if you can continue to soothe yourself with your slow, even breaths. And in the next couple of breaths, we're going to make our way towards a child's pose or a puppy pose. If you would like to use the playlist and you have not hit start yet, now might be a good time to hit start to your playlist if you want to use it. If not, just go ahead and find your way into child's pose or puppy pose. Okay, so the difference being child's pose, your seat rests on your heels. Puppy pose, the hips stay lifted above the knees. Okay, in both postures, the spine is long and extended. You're finding length from your tailbone up through your neck. Arms extend forward. Press the pads of your fingertips down. And maybe allow the palms of your hands to tense up a little bit. Okay, so your hand's almost like a tent. Yeah, and find some really nice length. Find a really nice stretch in the underarm here as you press the pads of your fingers down and stretch them forward. And take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. And wherever you're at, walk your fingertips over to the right. Find a little more stretch along the left side of your body. So you're reaching through your left fingertips, allowing the left side of your body to stretch, to extend. One more breath in. One more breath out. Walk your fingertips back through center. Take your time. And as you feel ready, walk your fingertips over to the left, finding that length on the right side of your body now. So outside of the right hip, all the way through the right fingertips. And one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Walk the hands back through center. And shift forward to hands and knees. Take a couple of breaths here to move through any cat and cow variations that feel good in your body. Yeah, so cat and cow, rounding and arching. Maybe rotating the hands or moving the hips from side to side. Maybe circling the hips. Taking just a little bit of time to explore spinal movement. Really nice. Bring your spine back to neutral. Go ahead and shift your right hand under your face a little bit more so it aligns under the nose. Good. Left arm's going to peel open toward the ceiling. Yeah, so it's opening up. Broaden across the chest. One more big breath in. Exhale, thread the left arm under the right arm. Left shoulder comes all the way down to the ground. Hips stay high. Good. Stretching the outside of the left shoulder. Opening up the space between the shoulder blades. Couple of breaths here. Head rests on the ground. And one more breath in. Breath out. Take your time. Bring yourself out of the twist and back to hands and knees. Take a moment to come back to neutral. Take in any extra movements you need. And then look between the hands. Shift the left hand over so it lines right under the nose. Right arm opens up now. So finding that space across the chest. And then threading the right arm under the left arm when you're ready. So it's an opening and then a twisting. Stretching the outside of the right shoulder. And paying attention to the space between the shoulder blades. Be really mindful here. 2 more breaths. And gently ease your way back to hands and knees. And do what you need to do to come back to neutral. In the next couple of breaths, we're going to start to make our way to downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, hips lift up and back. Spread your fingers equal distance. Root down through your hands. And find length along the whole back of the body, hips lifting up and back. Heels pulling down toward the ground. Go ahead and paddle out your feet if that feels good. And swivel your hips. Lean into this. Yeah, take your time here. Maybe even bend your right leg and really lean to the side here. And then switch sides, bending the left leg, letting the hips shift to the side. On your next breath in, glide forward into plank and stay there. Yeah. Inner thighs spiral toward the ceiling. Lower belly pulls up toward the lower back. Hands press into the ground. Space between the shoulder blades activates. One more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift up and back. Use the abdominal muscles here, lower belly muscles. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, glide forward into plank. And start to build that internal heat here. Good. Holding here, slow breath in, slow breath out. One more breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. Good. Really nice. Last time, inhale forward into plank. You can always drop your knees to the ground if you need more support. One more big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Good, all the way down. Slide your fingertips a couple inches back so that they're in line with your chest. Elbows are bent. Pull your elbows toward your spine. Lengthen and lift just the upper body, coming into a low cobra. So spine is an extension. Neck is long also. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Rest your forehead. Take a breath. Good. And again, draw your elbows toward one another, fingertips on the ground. Lengthen and lift just the upper body. So really using your upper back, waking up the muscles there. Tops of the feet press into the ground. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Rest your forehead. And when you're ready, slide back into child's pose. Let the spine round and release. Shift back to hands and knees. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet to your hands, coming all the way to the top of your mat, standing forward fold. Feet a little bit wider than hips, knees soft. And just let your upper body drip forward, crown of the head, reaching towards the ground. But allow the weight of your head to release your neck. If it feels good to rock your upper body a little bit side to side, to sway, feel free to do that. Maybe grab opposite elbows. And maintain a little bit of softening in the knees. Breathe into your lower back. Good. Release your arms down toward the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. Press your hands into your thighs. Find that straight spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold forward. Now allow yourself to round and release. Inhale, lengthen, come all the way up to standing. Arms extend upward. Exhale, hands together at your heart, preparing for sun salutations. Here we go. Inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. Half sun A, one more time. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, hands together at your heart. And starting sun A, inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. You have the option to stay in down dog and just breathe, or if you want, glide forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale through cobra, up dog, locust. Exhale, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Okay, so making the practice your own. Paying attention to the sensations in the body, moving your body in a way that you need to move today. Look forward between your hands, move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward, right into the next one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog, or move right through your variation of chaturanga, your flow. And making it your own. We all meet back in downward facing dog when you're ready. No rush. Take a few more breaths in downward facing dog when you get there. Empty your air completely. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward, right into another one. Keep it going. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog or chaturanga. Move with your breath, slow and steady. From downward facing dog, take another deep breath in. Empty your breath completely. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. One more, sun A, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Either stay there or take yourself through a chaturanga. And we all meet in downward facing dog. The next breath. Left leg lifts up into the air. Good. Bend your left knee, open up your left hip. Good. Now as you lift your left knee toward the ceiling, press down into your left hand a little bit more as if you were going to press it forward, opening up the side body. One more big breath in. And then exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Let your right shin land on the ground. Good. When you feel connected to the ground, lift your arms up, low lunge. Okay, so arms are lifted, but the back shin is down. Good. Good. So you can keep your arms straight up, okay? Or maybe consider hooking your thumbs together. Scooch back and pulling your hands apart, okay? So my thumbs are hooked together, my fingers are spread wide, my upper arms are alongside my ears, and I'm pulling my arms apart. It's just makes it a little bit more active. Press your back shin down. Good, really press your front foot to the ground. One more breath in. Exhale, release your hands, bring them alongside your front foot and pull your hips back, straightening your front leg. So it becomes a hamstring stretch. Okay. So just like this here. Okay, just a couple breaths here, lengthening the upper body over the front leg. So the front leg is moving towards straight, but it probably has a bit of a bend in it. One more breath in, one more breath out. Good, shift back into your low lunge. Fingertips on the ground, right hand stays down, left arm opens up, spinal twist. You can choose to stay here with your right shin on the ground, or maybe consider tucking your back toes and lifting your right knee, pressing your right heel back, keeping a nice low lunge in the left leg. Broaden across your chest, maybe take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog. Option to move through a chaturanga or just stay in down dog and breathe. Good, we meet back in downward facing dog. This time, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open it up toward the ceiling. And as your right hip starts to open up, press down into your right hand more, as if you're gonna split your mat. Yeah, one more big breath in. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. Lower your back shin down. Good. When you're ready, sweep your arms up. If you want to take that thumb variation where you hook the thumbs the other way, okay? So it's going to feel really weird. That's how you'll know which side you're on. Hooking the thumbs, then imagine pulling your arms apart. So activating the triceps, opening up the chest. Press down through your back shin and your front foot. Connect to your inner thighs. One more big breath in. Exhale, sweep your hands towards the top of your mat. Pull your hips back and start to straighten that front leg just a little bit. Okay, so it's the right leg this time. Hamstring stretch, lengthening your upper body over your right thigh. Two more breaths here. Shift back into your low lunge. At this time, left hand stays down, right arm opens up for your spinal twist. Good, broaden across your chest, and then decide if you want to keep your back knee down, or maybe if you want to tuck your toes and lift the knee off the ground. Good, just one more breath here. Maybe turn your gaze toward the ceiling. And exhale, downward facing dog. Option to find more movement and move yourself through a flow, or simply stay in down dog. And just breathe. Good. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. One more lunge series. Right leg or left leg lifts up. We started with the left side. Good. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. Find that side body stretch. Good. Now step the left foot between your hands and we'll come into crescent lunge. So arms come up, keep the right leg or the right knee lifted. Good. This time, let's add a different arm variation. So the left leg is forward. So I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right arm and come into eagle arms. I'm wrapping up my arms. And then I'm going to lift my elbows to shoulder height. And then gently press my forearms away from my face. So just getting to that space in between the shoulder blades a little bit. Good, just one more breath in. One more breath out. Good, release the arms. Sweep them back up toward the ceiling. Exhale, hands come all the way down to the top of the mat. Right fingers stay down, left arm opens up, spinal twist. Good. One more breath in, broaden across the chest. Exhale, left hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog, or move through a chaturanga. Good. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts up. Then the right knee, open up the hip. Press into the right hand a little bit more. And then step the right foot between your hands. Set up for crescent lunge, other side. Okay, so when the legs feel like they're in the right place, go ahead and lift your upper body. Right leg is forward. So we're going to sweep the right arm under the left arm and find eagle arms. Okay, again, I'm lifting my elbows to shoulder height and then pressing the forearms away from my face. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Release the arms, sweep them up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach the hands down to the top of your mat. This time, right arm opens up for your spinal twist. Broaden across your chest. Keep your legs strong. Stay connected to your foundation. One more breath in. Exhale, right hand comes down. Either step back to down dog or move right through a chaturanga. And really nice. Slow and steady. Look forward between your hands. Move your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good, moving on. Inhale, arms extend upward. Exhale, fold forward. From here, step your right foot to the back of your mat and set up your feet for warrior one. So right toes turn out slightly. Feet are on a separate track, okay? When you're ready, lift your arms up toward the ceiling. Good. Nice. Bend the left leg nice and deep. Good. Really press down through the outside of your right foot. Now think about pressing the front of your right thigh into the back of your right thigh. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Interlace your hands behind your back. Open up across the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Lengthen your upper body forward. Breathe here, 3 breaths. You can do this. Press into the outside of your right foot more. That's your anchor. That helps balance you here. 1 more breath in. Exhale, hands alongside your left foot. Straighten your left leg, pyramid pose. So you can hop your back leg in here if you want. You can shorten your stance front to back. Okay, otherwise, the legs stay relatively the same. They're just straight. Okay, so that back foot is turned out slightly. Your feet are on separate tracks. Your upper body is just lengthening over your left thigh. Good. Stay here, breathe in. Stay here, breathe out. 1 more deep breath in. 1 more deep breath out. If you're using blocks, you can take them with you. We're going to walk our hands toward the right side of the room and pivot into a straddle. Widen your feet. Allow your feet to be parallel and fold your upper body forward. Okay, so maybe you walk your hands under your legs. Maybe you reach for your ankles. Maybe your head connects to the ground. Feel the soles of your feet pressing into the ground, and balance your hips right in between. 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. On your next breath in, find a halfway lift. If you're using your blocks, slide them towards your right foot. And then bring your hands to your hips and lengthen to come all the way up to standing. Okay, so you're in a wide stance in a straddle. Turn your right toes out for warrior 2. So you're on the other leg now. Warrior 2, the hips are open. So we're not going back to warrior 1. We're coming into warrior 2. We're still in the same sequence. Right leg bends nice and deep. If you need a visual, I'm going to hop on my mat. I'm just in warrior 2. Okay, right leg, right knee is over the right ankle. Outside of the left foot is pressing down. Arms are open like a T. My gaze is forward at my right fingertips. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Stay here, 1 more breath in. 1 more breath out. Slide your right forearm to your right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over the side body. Couple options here. You can stay here nice and lifted. You can let your right hand slide down to the ground or to a block. If you like to bring your left arm behind your back, you can open up that left shoulder, maybe reaching for the right inner thigh. Okay, if you like to take a full bind here, you can do that. We'll take just 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Legs are strong, hips open. One more big breath in. Exhale. Good. If your arms are behind your back, release them. Both hands are coming to the inside of the right foot. Left heel lifts up. You should be facing the back of your mat. Walk your right foot towards the right side of your mat and bring your hands to the ground. We're heading into lizard pose. You can do this with your left knee lifted, or you can lower your left shin to the ground. You can keep your hands on the ground, or you can lower onto your forearms, or maybe somewhere in between. Press your left shin into the ground if it's connected. Okay, so you're really using your inner thighs. Your lower belly is active here. You can stay right as you are, or if you want, you can bend the back leg. Maybe reach back with your right hand and connect your right hand with your left foot. Totally optional. If you did that, press your foot into your hand and allow your right shoulder to open up a little bit more, twisting your spine to the right. Wherever you're at, take one more big breath in. And as you exhale, gently release. Hands come down, downward facing dog. Again, you're facing the back of your mat. Option to move through chaturanga or simply hold your down dog. Good. From downward facing dog, walk your feet to your hands. Come into a standing forward fold at the back of your mat. Widen your feet, a little bit wider than hip width, soften the knees. Reach down, maybe connect with your big toes. Inhale, find a little bit of length in the spine. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, fold your upper body or your belly to your thighs. So it's a forward fold. The knees are a little bit bent, or maybe a lot bent. Do what feels good in your body. One more deep breath in. One more deep breath out. Release your toes. Trust me on this. Hands come to the mat. Left foot steps back. Warrior one. Trust me, it's the left foot. So you're going to take warrior one facing the back of your mat. So warrior one, your chest is in the same direction as the back of your mat. Arms come up alongside your ears to start. Yes, you got it. Good. Press the outside of your left foot down. One more breath with your arms lifted. Exhale, bring your hands at the base of your spine, interlace them. Open up across your chest. Exhale, lengthen over the right thigh. Okay, so you're either hovering over the right thigh or you're folding to the inside of your right thigh. Really connect to your left foot. Press it down and allow it to anchor you here. One more breath in. Exhale, hands release to the ground, straighten the right leg or begin to move it towards straight. Now you might want to shorten your stance front to back. Again, the feet stay relatively the same. Those left toes are turned out just a little bit. Right foot is facing forward. The legs are on separate tracks. Now bring your attention to your hips and see if you can draw your right hip back just a little bit. So you're leveling out the hips. Hands are on the ground or on blocks. Breathe here. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Walk your hands to the left. Revisit your straddle. So you're heading to the left. You're going back the same way you came. Trust me, we're going to get both sides. Yeah, so you're back in the same straddle that you were in before. Yeah. Maybe bend one knee and then the other. Get into the inner thighs. We're just here for a couple of breaths. Any variation that you want to add here, you can. But like I said, we won't be here too long. Good. If you're using your blocks, go ahead and slide them toward your left foot and then come back to your straddle. Bring your hands to your hips. Lengthen your spine up to standing. Good. Now turn your left foot to face the top of your mat again. Bend your left knee. Now we're in warrior two. So warrior two, the hip is open. If you'd like a visual, I'm back on my mat. My left toes are facing the front of my mat. My hips are open. My right toes are facing the side of my mat. Arms are open up like a T. Slow and steady. You can do this. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over towards the front of the room or the front of your mat. You are welcome to stay here in your extended side angle. Or if there's another variation or a bind you like to go into, go ahead and take that. Make sure you continue to press the outside of the foot, outside of the right foot into the ground. Continue to press the front of the right thigh towards the back of the leg. Okay? Staying strong. One more big breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Both hands come down to the top of the mat. Right heel lifts. So it's back to that lunge. Toe heel the left foot towards the left side of the mat. And land in lizard pose. So we're in lizard pose facing the top of our mat. So came full circle. Right shin presses into the mat. Left foot presses into the mat. You can stay here, or if you want to add that twist and that quad stretch, you're going to bend the back leg and reach the left arm back, maybe connecting with the foot. If you've connected with the foot, press the foot into the hand and draw the left shoulder back a little bit more. Just one more breath in any variation here. Exhale, gently release. Downward facing dog. Step back. Inhale forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. Turn your head to the side and rest. Turn your forehead to face the mat. Reach your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. And on your next breath in, lengthen and lift your upper and lower body, coming into locust pose. So as you get long in your body, draw your inner thighs toward one another and feel that you're strengthening the whole back of your body here. One more big breath in. Exhale, release, and rest. Turn your forehead to face the mat. You can repeat that variation or consider interlacing your hands behind your back. Lengthen and lift. Locust pose number 2. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Recover. Last back strengthener. If you would like to bend your knees and reach back for your feet for bow pose, you can take bow pose. Otherwise, take a variation of locust, your choice. When you're ready, go ahead and lift up into your posture. Take 5 full breaths. In any of these postures, I want you to imagine your inner thighs drawing together and your back body lengthening. And when you've completed your breaths, go ahead, release, and take any movement that feels good to counter the pose or release it. And as easily as you can, come on over onto your back. As you come onto your back, gently draw your knees in towards your chest and just consider circling the knees or rocking the knees. Giving yourself just a little bit of soothing here. A couple circles in either direction. Hang on to the right knee and let the left leg extend out toward the edge of your mat. Okay, now I want you to imagine what half pigeon looks like when you come into half pigeon. And then see if you can take the same shape of half pigeon, but on your back. So the left ankle is going to draw in towards your left shoulder. It's not going to get there, right? Okay, but you can maybe scoop your forearms under your shin and draw it towards your chest. Yeah, now if this is not appealing to you, a figure 4 can totally work here. But just for fun, if you want to try it, see if you can picture half pigeon and recreate it on your back. So again, that would just be scooping your forearms under your bench, your shin, and drawing it toward the chest. And you can, yeah, maybe even lifting your chest up towards your shin, maybe including a little bit of rocking, a little bit of soothing here. Yeah, just kind of connecting with that outer hip a little bit. Okay, just take one more breath here in this hip stretch. And then gently release the stretch. Draw that right knee back in toward your chest and send it to the left side of the room for a spinal twist. So just a really nice, juicy spinal twist. Reclined spinal twist. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Make your way onto your back. Extend your right leg to the edge of the mat. Hug the left knee in. And then decide if you want to take that reclining half pigeon or that reclined figure 4. Decide what works best for you and begin to head in that direction. Okay, the point here is really just to get into the outer hip a little bit. You can include a little bit of gentle rocking here to encourage your outer hip to release, if that feels good. Just a few breaths here. And go ahead and release the hip stretch. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. And then send the left knee to the right side of the room for your final spinal twist here. Release your twist. And start to head into your final relaxation posture. If there's anything else you need to do to set yourself up for stillness, go ahead and do that. And then start to make your way towards stillness. We'll be here just about 2 minutes. Feel your body settling into stillness. And allow the weight of your body to be supported by the ground beneath you. Feel your body resting on the ground. In the next couple of breaths, consider deepening your breath. And then begin to bring just a little bit of movement back into your body. Take your time and meet me back in a seated position. Take as much time as you need to transition. There's no rush. Together, we complete our practice, bringing our hands together at our heart. Together, we fold forward, sealing in your yoga practice. Namaste. Have a great Saturday. I hope we get some sunshine today, everybody. Be well.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Annie.
welcome.
If for Saturdays I'm not able to make it, if you're able to forward me the link, that would be awesome.